All right, I received my rotors. And pads. And packaging. Just one box. Hopefully it's coronavirus free. Big rear rotor right there, boy. How big that shit is. So I removed the brake shoes, and now I'll take this plate off so I could bang it out straight and de-rust this shit. And hopefully the seal is good. It hasn't been moving much, so if I can get the rust out of there and oil it up, I think the seal will be fine. So since I couldn't straighten this out in place, I took it loose, and I'm gonna cut it with some tin snips right about here, because it's way too much of a pain to take this off just for this freaking rattle. Plus it's all jacked up anyway. So I'm going to, yeah, cut it up. And this is a little bent, but I could bend this in place, straighten this out in place. That should be no problem. I mean, if I have to, I could snip this too. So the one that was smashed, I replaced it with a new one. I got a new plate here as well. I had to notch it to fit it around here to get it on the hub. I had to cut this too. It's no big deal. You're not going to see any of this stuff. As opposed to pulling this hub off, which is a pain in the ass because it's connected to the axle, and I'm just not doing all that. So, yep, here we go. I'm going to bolt it on, paint the edge, and put the rotor on. Spraying these with some engine paint, just to blacken the rims around here, so that way you don't see it through the rim. It's all blacked out. I'm sprayed up real nice. I should pull the tape off of here and install them. I ended up painting the faces as well in case the wheel I put on there doesn't cover the entire surface. So, touched them up. Alright, the M rotors are on. Now it's time to do up the brake calipers and mount the calipers on. Probably do brake lines. These brake lines here, I'll probably change those for some braided ones, and then I'll be ready. So for my e63, I picked up some M6 brakes off of eBay. The front calipers I got for $175. They were listed for $200, and I negotiated down to $175. The rears were listed for $150. I negotiated for $130. So on the disassembly, I pulled this brake pad out. They look pretty thick, so I'm going to reuse these. Front pads look good. The rear pads, I don't really know what new ones look like, but I'm going to toss these anyway because I only have 3 of them. take a screwdriver or this little pry bar thing here, and you just get kind of behind here and work it around, pop it off. I have this charged up already. Plug this in here. I can regulate it too. Let's see if this pops out. This is my first time doing this. And it is rusty in there. Not really rusty, but there's old brake fluid in there. And there it is. I'm glad I did that. I should put a pad here because it's gonna shoot out and you don't want to dent the piston. Should be fine though. There's a seal in there, you can pop that out. Now we got the front ones, the big boys. 2 cylinders. Same process. Pop these out. Boom. Boom. Let's see which one pops out first. Damn. This shit. Alright. So now I'm going to want to put this back in there. And I want to put a piece of wood here. I want to pop one out nearly to the end and then put a piece of wood here. So then way I could force the other one out. Maybe this will do it. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Definitely do it away from yourself. Alright. I'll pop this in a little bit. Now I want to stop this from moving anymore. And hopefully the other one will pop out. We'll see. Okay. Let me. It's like a 2x4. I need more than a 2x4. I got a piece of tile here. Let's see if that'll do it. That did it. This comes out. This came out. And there we have it. Cylinders and the pistons. So yeah, it's my personal preference to keep the same piston with the same cylinder because they sort of mate to each other. So what I did was I took a unique number off of the caliper and marked it there and marked it A and B. And I'm going to take a picture of it, of course. I got this video as well to tell me the orientation. There's other ways you could do it, but that's what I'm choosing to do. And yeah, but I first clean the tops with some brake cleaner so the marker doesn't wipe off. Now I'll take the bleeder screws off of here and I'm ready to start working on them, cleaning them up. So I got the calipers back from my powder coater. Alright, so I have all my caliper stuff powder coated very nicely. It's got like a pearl to it. It's called electric blue, and I'm going to put new seals in the calipers, put the brackets on the car, put the brake pads in the calipers, and mount everything up. I like to put anti-seize on my bolts. And my nuts. I like to put anti-seize on these nuts. Anti-seize these nuts. Okay. I'll spray the cylinders out, make sure there's nothing in here. I'll possibly hit them with steel wool. Maybe I'll hit it with steel wool a little bit. This edge got a little bit of powder coat on it, which is not a big deal. Look at that sheen. Look at that sheen. Alright, so I have this all cleaned out. I'm gonna take some .4 brake fluid and kind of line the cylinder with it. Stick the O-ring in, put the seal on, put the piston in. Or the piston, then the seal. Probably the piston, then the seal. I don't know. Once the piston's cleaned up, the cylinder's lined with brake fluid, cleaned out, and I'm going to line this with brake fluid and put the seals in, put the seals on the pistons, pop them in, and I'll be ready to install the caliper. Alright, ready to insert the pistons here. I'm going to give it a nice coating of brake fluid. And insert. That's it. Same here. Boom. And there you have it. Rebuilt caliper ready to install. Easy. Same thing with the rear. Seals in, seals on the piston. Pop it in, might have to twist it a little bit. I can install these front ones now. So I bought some StopTech steel braided lines here, brake lines. I'm going to replace these rubber stock ones. Pretty simple. These are for the rears. These are for the front. So I put the brake line on the caliper. I'll put the brake pads in. I'm using these are used ones, but they're like, I got them almost damn near full thickness, so I'm not going to waste them. It's not in here like that. Now it's time for the rears to go in. Good forearm workout. Yeah. Let's switch arms, man. This is pretty rough. Look at all that dirty fluid, man. Nasty.